I just tried to do this intro before and I noticed that people were like yelling outside, so here I am doing it again. But hey guys, what's up? It's Jaime here. So for today's Fangirl Fridays video, I thought that it would be quite funny for me to expose my angsty teenage fangirl playlist. Okay, so when I was like when I was in like my prime fangirl era, I would say, which was between I was like 13 and 15, 16-ish. I listened to like, so I've talked about before in like a previous Fangirl Fridays that I really wasn't somebody who like listened to like a lot of music generally. But I did have like a very specific like playlist during that fangirl period of my life. Not to say that I'm still not a fangirl, but that was like a very like I'm having like a very specific like I'm picturing a very specific like fangirl Jaime from that era. So there was a very specific playlist that I listened to of like various kind of like moody, angsty songs. And I feel like, especially like, you know, if you were in the Afmau fandom around that time a couple of years ago, you probably recognize some of them just because these were like the songs people were using in their edits. Or just like, these are just some songs that like I had come across on YouTube when I was like browsing. So yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to expose myself and my angsty teenage music taste. Okay, so I have them here on my laptop. I'm gonna read them to you and talk about them. Okay, so starting off at the top of the list, we have two songs by Plum. Plum, like not plum like the fruit, like plum like a plumber. I don't know. We have Don't Deserve You and I Want You Here. I remember these songs like so vividly. I remember, I feel like out of like all the songs on this list, these are the ones I remember like how they go more so than the other ones. But I used to listen to these like all the time, like non-stop, when I was very much like in my feelings. Like during, again, like my angsty fangirl time. I can definitely imagine myself like, I know that I've definitely listened to I Want You Here like when I'm like reading like angsty Garmau fanfic. Like that's what I very much associate with that song in particular. Okay, so I'm still gonna try to record. There are people yelling, like literally yelling outside my house, so I really hope you can't hear them. So next on my playlist, we have Warrior, by Beth Crowley. I remember this one. Isn't this one from a movie? I've never watched the movie. I definitely have like a habit of like where I'll like there'll be like a song from like a movie or a show or something and I'll hear it, but like I've never ever watched like said movie or show. I think this one's from a movie. I can't even name what movie it's from. Like but I have like a vague like picture in my mind because I like vaguely remember like seeing like a screen cap like from that whatever movie it was that it came from. But if you know Warrior by Beth Crowley, what movie that's from, if it is from a movie, I could totally just be making that up. That would not surprise me at all. I remember this one was a really fun one for me to just kind of like belt out and sing when I was younger. I think I did a cover of this one on my channel. Don't look it up. Please don't look please don't look at it. It's probably bad, but I think I did a cover of this one on my channel. Okay, so the next couple of songs on the playlist are Fools by Lauren Aquilina. I think that's how you say it. I don't actually know. I Never Told You by Colby Calais and Hurt by Christina Aguilera. I very much remember like listening to all of these songs on repeat. I remember specifically that I used, I believe it was I Never Told You by Colby Calais in so if you guys remember how I used to write Minecraft Diaries fanfiction, and if you didn't know that, hi, I used to write Minecraft Diaries fanfiction on Wattpad. And so I think I wrote, so the first, I think was it the first one I did? I don't remember, but I never finished it regardless. I like started to write like a Garmau fanfic, but then I ran out of ideas, so I discontinued it. But I remember that in very much like kind of like a song-fic style, on one of the chapters of that fanfic, I used I Never Told You by Colmy Calais. And like, it's so funny because just the other day me and my boyfriend were talking about how like we like neither of us are big fans of song fics. They kind of like I really don't like song fics. He also really does not like song fics. In terms of like when we're reading fan fiction. And so I was just like cringing at me remembering that I did like a song fic chapter of my fucking Garmau fanfic. If it couldn't get any more embarrassing. Like, I can't believe I did that. But I did do it, and I'm embarrassed. But as for the other ones, I really, I quite like, I think that Hurt by Christina Aguilera is a really good song. I don't listen to a lot of Christina Aguilera, but I really like Hurt. It's very angsty, and I mean, I still love angsty songs. Like, I'm talking about all these songs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they were so angsty, but like, I still listen to like loads of angsty songs, but these are like the ones I specifically listened to during my angsty teenage fangirl phase. And then also Lauren, I still can't remember how to pronounce her name. Lauren Aquilina's song Fools. I remember listening to that one on repeat. Like I really liked that one. I think these three were some of like my favorites that I listened to off of this playlist. Okay, and so for the next couple songs on this playlist, we have Little Do You Know by Alex and Sierra, Human by Christina Perri, and Jar of Hearts by Christina Perri. I knew that there was Christina Perri songs on this playlist, like I already knew it. Okay, so when I think of, I remember, I couldn't find it specifically, but there was another song called like Perfect 2, that very much kind of like gives me the same vibes as Little Do You Know by Alex and Sierra. I remember that song was like huge back in the day. Like that song like blew up. I remember that was a really, really big song. Obviously Human and Jar of Hearts were also really big too, but I remember specifically that Little Do You Know was like a really, really big song. And yeah, so I remember, oh my gosh, fun fact. So I auditioned for like in middle school, the talent show. I auditioned twice, 7th and 8th grade. Got rejected both times. But I remember that for I think my 8th grade audition, I sang Human by Christina Perri, and honestly, I remember I was like, I think I did a decent job, but I still got rejected from the talent show, which I always think is funny. My friends always like, every time I tell them that, they're like, what? You got rejected from the talent show? And it's like, yeah, because, I mean, there were a lot of reasons. I think one of the reasons, though, was like that they kind of wanted more like an array of different acts, and they already had like a bunch of people who were singing, and so it's like, okay, we don't need another fucking person singing. But anyway, honestly, I feel like I've been listening to quite a bit of Christina Perri recently. She's just, I really love her stuff, even like today. And so Human and Jar of Hearts, I feel like are classic Christina Perri. Really, they're really good songs. Little Do You Know, probably will never listen to again. I know I listened to it a lot during this time, but I don't actually really like that song anymore, so I'll probably never listen to it again, but it's kind of funny to reminisce on when I did listen to it. Okay, and so this next song is Because of You by Kelly Clarkson. I love Kelly Clarkson. First of all, her voice is amazing. Her voice is incredible. But Because of You is like peak angsty teenage fangirl Jaime time. Like, that is, to me, like, when I think of that period of my life, I really, like, Because of You is one of the main songs I think about, because I belted this song like it was nobody's business, like, all the time when I was younger. I still honestly love this song. I think again, Kelly Clarkson's vocals on it are so incredible. It's a really good song, but it's also a very, very angsty song, so it's like, it very much makes sense that it's on this playlist. And again, like, I just it's a really good song, but it's very, very angsty. If you've never heard it before, like, it's super, super angsty. Okay, and last but certainly not least, this one. Now this one specifically is a throwback to all my people who were once in the Afmau fandom years ago. This one, if you were in the Afmau fandom, like, again, must have been like 6-7 years ago, you know this song. It is Angel with a Shotgun by The Cab. Everybody and their mothers were using this song in their Afmau Minecraft Diaries fandom edits. Literally everyone. You could not escape the song when you were in the Afmau fandom during this time. Like, you literally could not. Everyone knew this song. And it's a fun song. I actually really do like this song a lot. But it's just, oh my god, this one is like, brings back core memories from my time in the Afmau fandom back in the day. And I just, oh my gosh, I haven't like heard it in a really, really long time. Maybe I'll go listen to it after I do this video. I'll give it a listen, because I really have not listened to it in a very long time. But I really do, I really did like this song a lot. And again, I will never be able to not associate it with various Minecraft Diaries edits. And if I had been like, because I did like sometimes like photo edits occasionally. I dabbled in photo edits. I wasn't really an edit person when it came to like my involvement in the fandom. But if I had been like a person who did like video edits, I would have been all over this song, like for sure, 100%. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video and for taking a walk with me down memory lane. If there are any songs from from my playlist from today's video that I mentioned that you remember, please let me know down below. And please, especially with Angel with a Shotgun, if you remember, please comment down below. Like, tell me, like I know that, like, you know, that was like the shit back in the day with the Minecraft Diaries fandom. But let me know down below if you remember that. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.